Okay, I will be reading this thing called 3D Workers Island, a short horror story about a screensaver by Presti S, the creator of Petscop. Oh boy, this will be a wonderful time, won't it? I think it will. It'll be a jolly good time. There's a little thing here, like some background on it. This is largely based on an ambitious fake screensaver video project that I worked on for years on and off but abandoned. Trying to break through the paralysis of trying to follow Petscop by finishing something smaller. The video project was going to be a 10-plus hour long video. Leave on its own and periodically check up on. There's no actual video of this, but these are some screenshots. The characters are manually posed here. This isn't part of an actual session or anything with these guys. My idea was to have the characters be controlled automatically by the program most of the time and nudge them manually here and there. I was creating the engine and tools for this from scratch, and they were unpleasant to use. Creating your own tools is fun, but actually making the tools pleasant to use for a project is not so fun and takes much more time. And at the same time, I was lacking confidence in the thing I was making, so I wasn't motivated enough to do the work in the end. Maybe I'll try this again with something smaller someday. Oh boy. Really reminds me of, like, the style really reminds me of, like, Lego Island. So, interesting. Close the tab. And let's get started. What is 3D Worker Island screens? Yeah, does fucking 3D Workers Island screensaver fucking discovery pages? If you know Petscop, you've probably heard of the discovery pages. There's something that was teased. It was going to be like it's something that was shown in Petscop, but it was barely legible. There's like a recreation of it, I think. Petscop discovery. Yeah, this. Wait, no, it's the... Here. Yeah, the discovery pages, but like, because the text was barely legible, a lot of it's just this placeholder stuff. Which is fine. It's fine. But like, yeah. You're a girl? Evidence. Yeah, the whole thing, nothing. Apparently there's like a full version of this that was planned to be released at some point, but it never was. Like, the creator just canceled it. So, oops. Yeah, I also tried going to the home page of this website that it's hosted on, YesThread. There's nothing there. I'm thorough about this stuff. But yeah, like, this being called discovery pages when there's Petscop discovery pages that have yet to be released and might never see the light of day. Makes me go grr. Anyway, what is 3D Worker Island is a freeware screensaver. The full title is 3D Workers Island, but most of us prefer to use its file name instead, pronounced 3D Whisker. In 3D Workers Island, 6 characters interact on the tiny island with complex and unpredictable results. Every session tells a different story of the island. Many have found it to be compelling on levels both technical and emotional. T2's Top Software gave it a 10 out of 10 score and wrote about its characters. You will find yourself relating to them and understanding them. They may even confound you and anger you at times. The original source of the program is unknown. It was discovered at 3D Screensaver's Palace, one of many aggregates of screensaver programs appropriated from sources across the internet. The owner of that website, by his own admission, sourced it from a similar screenshare aggregate and could not recall which one. It has not been found. See the history page for a history of 3D Whisker's discovery and spread, as well as the development of the website. We recommend trying 3D Whisker yourself by downloading it from the download page. The events that occur in 3D Whisker are not scripted. They and flow dynamically, and every session is different, which means you're guaranteed to see things that none of us have ever seen before. If you discover anything interesting or important that has not yet been recorded here or discussed on the forum, feel free to send us an email or create a thread on the forum asking about it. But please do not treat this as a place for tall tales. Check out the overview page for a more detailed introduction. 3D Whisker discovery page was created by me, Pat Lawler, or Plawler, and the technical side is largely run by Singer. See further info on the contact page. And over here, page for overview, which I assume this, and then just what, so that'd be the top one. Overview, download form, gallery, contact us, links, and then characters. Amber, and other things. Intermissions, oh boy. I wonder how much of this we'll actually see. Fucking, I forgot to point it out. Fucking Petscub guy made Petscub, also made 3D Workers Island. Like, this is big enough that they're putting it in their bio, which makes me scared. But oh boy. Download. The 3D Whisker installer can be downloaded using any of the links below. It's a 4.22 megabyte download. This is a Windows executable exe file and is only compatible with Windows operating systems. Run the installer and follow the steps of the installation wizard. Afterwards, if you are running Windows 95 or later, you can configure the screensaver by right-clicking on your desktop, choosing Properties, choosing the Screensaver tab, and selecting 3D Workers Island from the drop-down menu. From here, you can start the program manually by clicking Preview. If you run into any trouble, create a thread on our forum and somebody is sure to help you out. Oh boy, save the file to disk. Welcome! This installation program will install 3D Workers Island. Thank you for installing my program. Press the next button to start the installation. You can press the cancel button now if you do not want to install 3D Workers Island at this time. The installation of 3D Workers Island has been successfully completed. If you enjoy 3D Workers Island, please spread the word online. It would be much appreciated. Also consider reading the readme.txt file because it includes a lot of interesting and useful information about the screensaver. Press the finish button to exit this installation. Alright. 3D Workers Island is an experimental 3D simulation screensaver for PCs with advanced worker simulation. Yeah, this is kind of average. Anything notable? That's a quid. Simulation rate. Get to know the characters from Island and to find out who's who. Reference a character card that appears on startup. Oh, do we see it? Worker simulation. Workers are an approach to computation. 3D Workers Island takes advantage of resources in the world. Welcome to the world and the computer. This technology doesn't show us. That's kind of ominous. Just this technology. Not even punctuation. It's just like it cut itself off. There's stuff slightly below we're not seeing, but we're not seeing. Screensaver. Oh boy, time to see this. 3D Workers Island. Pat, Rebecca, Joe, Amber, Holland, Grace. I'm not going to remember these, so I'm going to choose one guy to remember. You, chat person, you're Rebecca. I will remember that. Hey there, person who is not Rebecca. Are you Joe? No, Joe was the, Oh, no, you are Joe. Cool. I'm slightly smart. Yeah, what are you shit? What are you shit, pal? Amber, I think? Joe and Amber. Woo. World. Okay. Hey, I just want to say that this thing is so cool. My eyes are glued to it. I'm mesmerized. I just want to keep it on all day and see what the people are up to. But my brother needs a computer for his work. What do you all think? And what's happening on your island today? Yeah, it's in Jam of the Internet. It kills that Johnny Castaway thing my uncle thinks is... It kills like that Johnny Castaway thing my uncle thinks is so good. This is better because the people are like real people you're watching, and you never know what's going to happen next. Being dancing and squirming, the baffling games they play with objects, the awkward intimacy that looks like hugging sometimes, and other times looks pornographic, frankly. Yes, in Gem of the Internet, agreed. And what's happening on your island? Holland just put her face inside a tree. Yes, my avatar's trash cans. I love it. Mall girl. Oh boy, everyone. You're Pat, you're Amber, you're Rebecca, you're Joe, you're Tom? I don't know. I forgot. I'm like trying to change them somewhere. Alright. What are you doing? You're like running around. Oh, you idiot! You idiot! What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, it's... Burger! Hell yeah. Having fun. Oh! Yeah. Like... It's not gonna eat your burger! I understand. As a child, I would do shit like that too. Oh boy. I think it's great. But it's buggy and just weird. My roommate keeps talking about how he could do it better. I'd like to see him try. He couldn't even program the turn in our tank game last semester. What an idiot. My mom hates TV, but he told me to put on the virtual people. I put 3D Whisker on the projector, and she squints quietly in her recliner for hours. Peace for me. I like to keep it running in an alcove of my house and check up on it as I'm passing through. It's good for that. It can surprise you sometimes. The other day, I saw Joe take a remote-controlled helicopter out of the house and fly it around. I'd never seen that before. I keep hearing stories about this thing, but so far it's boring. I don't get it. I want to know what you guys are doing. I'm just starting up the program and watching it, and nothing is happening. The people are standing around, sitting around, looking around, walking around. They don't have faces, so I don't know what they're feeling or thinking. I don't know what's going on here, guys. Can't actually sing. Designer Webmaster for 3D Whisk. Oh, you! You're like a link to something. Useless. Because we can't click on things, but alright. So we're seeing you here. Okay, cool. Which characters are you talking about? You know, some people have worked hard enough in their lives and deserve a rest already. No, but seriously, what do you mean? I see plenty of activity on the island. I do feel a twinge of annoyance when I see a character like Amber sitting around. I want to tell her, hey, you're young, do something. Oh, you're the other guy. Hey, you're the other guy, Relevant. Alright. I see it does become entertaining over time. You just have to keep watching. I think you'll be surprised by what you see, but you do have to be kind of open to it. You have to be cool. Be cool, and things will be shown to you. Personally, I love this screensaver. It's so fucked up. Alright. Hey, Rebecca. Did someone go missing? Winner! You're a winner! You won! I need to find that now. Please. No. Unless this is it. I doubt it. I don't think so. Alright. It's probably in this.
Okay, with the
clip here. You can load. This might be it.
See your null. Would you like some help with that? Yes.
Nope. Grr. Another example. Doesn't look like it. Oh. 4 notifications. That's enough. I'm sorry I can't find that sound effect. There's just a specific sound effect thing from Hypnospace Outlaw that's just like, you're a winner, you've won, with like fucking a slight auto-tune on it, and like, it's stuck in my mind, but I haven't been able to find it on its own. Hypnospace Outlaw takes place around the same time as this does, actually. Like, but let me see the form things again. Yeah. It takes place a little further along, like right on the cusp of 2000, like on the months leading up to the turn of the century, but yeah. Anyway, winner. Shapes, many different kinds of colored 3D shapes. Okay, this is different. Many different kinds of colorful 3D shapes appear one after another, such as cubes, spheres, cylinders, cones, and rings. Shapes rotate and trace paths around the screen. Requires DirectX 5 or greater. Program goes above and 3D Cave 2. This program goes above and beyond its predecessor by generating its mysterious caves on the fly. 3D Cave 2 has you exploring an infinite realistic cave world and occasionally discovering surprising secrets and treasures. Real and spooky sound effects will make you wonder. It's around the next corner. Keep watching for long enough and discover every treasure. What will you find? What will happen in this place requires a graphics accelerator with OpenGL support. 3D Workers Island. An island with people walking around on it. No image available. Oh boy. Uploaded in like late 1997. Alright. Earliest thing shown on here so far. I find it interesting that this fucking top one that's literally the shapes bouncing around has a more descriptive, like it's more descriptive than like this revolutionary technology that this thing's using, you know? Moen. Hi Rebecca, I remember your name. I don't remember your name. I thought mentally I might remember your name. You're kind of recognizable, but like, nope. I said you got Amber. Amber was it? I'm just horrible with names. Okay, that's something you gotta note. I'm capable of remembering names. I remember Rebecca's so far, although I did have that period where it took me a second to remember it. But like, generally, I'm just bad at names. It was a screensaver you stumbled upon. Only way to really understand 3D Whisker is to try it. It works best without words, but I'll give you my best overview. When you start 3D Workers Island, it will display its 6 characters in the helpful character card that gives you a name for each one. Afterwards, you will be placed in front of an island, and you will mostly remain on the island until you decide to stop the program. The characters are powered by a kind of AI technology that the authors refer to as worker simulation. It is clear from simple observation that this text should not be taken lightly, but just how advanced this AI is seems to be an ambiguous and controversial question in the community. It's very much a matter of intuition at this point. At the very least, this is good enough to capture the imaginations of many. Whatever is happening under the hood is taxing to any PC. The program seems to be fluid in this way. It will use whatever resources are provided to it, but can make do with just about any system that is capable of displaying the 3D graphics. Impressive for now technology. You'll find that this is a program of broad and infinite possibilities. Since retiring last November, I've been keeping 3D Whisker running on On the desk in my study, my bedroom, my living room, my kitchen, and my basement, all running around the clock as I do have my household tasks and live my life. What I see on each of these PCs throughout the day is so continuously fresh and novel to me. It makes my home into a very pleasant little world. You'll notice that the island is quiet. 3D Whisker does not play audio, unlike what you may find in the After Dark product and similar entertainment-based programs, but very much in line with the default package of screensavers Windows operating systems such as 3D Movies and Mystify Your Mind. The significance of the silence is considerable. It allows the island to disappear. Despite its heft, it's also light. There's a sense of ghostly transience that none of it is really happening, and it can all vanish with the flick of a mouse. Okay. Morph threads. This is for my son's island project for first grade, which took second place in the contest. I'm proud of him. Okay, I will admit, he mostly played Pajama Sam while Mom and I built the island, but he did the Ren part of the assignment himself. Anyway, here are the photos. That's adorable. Glad your son's school is teaching him about islands. Your living room is disgusting. Lol. Scrap. You did a good job with the island. I have some advice. You should not do your son's work for him. Do not let him get used to the idea that you would do his assignments. Take it from a fellow parent. Thanks, appreciate it, but they were expecting parents to help with this one. You see what the other kids brought in. Anyway, he did the Ren part as I said. My son doesn't like 3D Workers Island one bit. It scares him and he makes me turn it off. Kids are afraid of everything. My wife and I rented a tape of the Page Master to watch with her niece, and unfortunately we got to the moment where Macaulay Culkin's in the library and gets overtaken and drowned in rivers of pain. Suddenly the tape went nuts and became unreadable. Her niece started screaming. Now she's afraid of getting drowned in pain and turning into a cartoon. I don't blame the people who made that movie for making a terrified Macaulay Culkin character get drowned in pain, but some kids really do think it's possible to get swallowed up into a cartoon prison where they can't escape, and hell, if I believe that, I'd be afraid too. I'm gonna take a minute to do something real quick. Alright, I'm back, I'm real. Next. Oh boy. Eggs. Haven't seen that before. Oh, sex. Maybe. I don't know. Why not? I was expecting it because, they literally just said that they might do things that are borderline pornographic. So I was like, okay, this might be one of those things. But there's a lot of stuff going on around her, so it might not be that. I don't know what, though. Eggs. Oh boy, Soul 3D Worker Island. Oh boy. It happened back in October. In detention, they had me sit in the computer lab where I ostensibly wasn't allowed to play on the computers, lol. But my computer lab teacher was in there upgrading Office, and I showed him 3D Whisk and explained it to him. I swear he was like enchanted by it. He wanted to install it on all the computers, so we installed it on all the computers together while in donut holes. We had some problems. I had to call my sweet and angelic mommy to tell her why I was still at school, but we eventually got working after 7 p.m. We turned off the lights and it started going on every computer in the room. It was a powerful experience. Just all these different things happening on the island all around us. Glowing screens in the dark and silent computer lab at night. Way better than 3D pipes. It was like the way 3D Whisk was meant to be experienced. I recommend putting this thing on as many screens as you possibly can. Forgive me, I don't know anything. I'm just a 14-year-old teenage kid. Smile. What are you in detention for? Little dress code violations mainly. I also invented a fake skin disease called Cuddalacune, and I started incorporating it into some of my written assignments in English and history, even when it had nothing to do with anything. Okay, Albite, tell me about Cuddalacune. I like how, so far, I mean, it hasn't really gone over, and it might have gone over my head, but, like, so far there hasn't really been anything creepy yet. There's been some unsettling implications, like, the whole, like, everyone getting so entranced by this, but, like, at the same time, it kind of makes sense, too, because, like, this is kind of revolutionary technology, especially for the time, so, like, who wouldn't get, like, obsessed with it? Fuck, I should have taken note of the guy who didn't see the PO's username or something. Anyway, yeah, tell us about that. Why do you ask? Kudalakune, skin disease with 4 stages. 0, restless insensitivity. 1, skin gaps, holes, or gaps of various sizes, exposing dermis. 2, skin islands, with widespread loss of epidermis, leaving only a number of skin islands of various sizes. Assessment of the island leaving a complete loss of epidermis. Early stages can be treated and reversed, but stage 3 is irreversible. Is 1, 2, 3 are consistently rated 10 on the 1 to 10 pain scale, screaming and hair pulling in despair. Forgive me, I don't know anything. I'm just a 14-year-old teenage kid. So what, is that going to happen here? You don't seem like you're doing that good, but I don't really get why. Either that or you're just bored, you know? Like, it's just like you're always sitting, kind of like looking sad to yourself. But like, it's under my current assumption that you're a kid, it makes sense. Like, you're just getting bored easily because there's not that much to do. What is that, by the way? Yeah, I just noticed. Who's your favorite character? Amber. No question, Amber. Everyone likes Amber. Whether she's a favorite, tough one. JK, it's Amber. Fuck everyone else. I'm offended that the question is even being posed, but I understand you don't know any better. You're better off this way. I know we're not supposed to talk about those topics here, but we can at least be honest when it comes to questions like this. I'm going to pretend my favorite character is Holland or Grace or somebody else just so things can stay clean on this forum. Can somebody fill me in on a joke here? What's wrong with other characters? Amber would be a good choice and may have been mine, but I'm sometimes put off by her lazy tendencies. Naturally, I would choose Pat, since by coincidence we share a name, and I believe the 2 children are hers. Another coincidence, I also have 2 daughters. However, I can't help but feel attracted to Rebecca with her eye-catching red hair and shoes. It's a difficult question. Amber, motherfucker! I think the fact that I just decided to fucking memorize Rebecca's name as, like, is contributing to her becoming a favorite. I don't know. Zoomed out view. Gotta just go in. No. You kind of are. Or either that or you're having some kind of mental breakdown. Computer Philosophy 1, Windows. Oh boy! I'm not gonna say... Okay, I'm gonna say something. The specific window visual gives me fucking PTSD with the Deltarune mod. If you've ever heard of Ribbit, like, if you've never played it, or never heard of it at all, fucking play it. If you like shit posts, and if you like things that have substance beyond all the jokes, like, basically just, like, shit posts to serious stuff, the kind of thing that, like, is all over the place, very silly at the start, but kind of, like, gains, like, kind of figures itself out and becomes something genuinely fucking investing by the end, that kind of thing, then I recommend Rivet so much. Also, if you like a good challenge, because it's basically, I think it was originally just supposed to be like a shitposty Deltarune hard mode mod. But, yeah, like, it's definitely difficult. But it has, like, if you like Deltarune, in general, I really just highly recommend it, because it's had some of the coolest shit I've ever seen in a fucking game. like in a Deltarune mod. And also just kind of a game, like game story in general. I don't know. I think it spoke to me more than it did to other people, but like, God. Anyway, Computer Philosophy 1, Windows. There are windows everywhere. We see them, and anyone could be looking in at you. That's part of what makes them scary. This reminds me of a fucking enemy from it, is why I brought it up. But windows are even scarier when you're the one who looks in them, because you never know what you'll see in them. Remember the enthusiasm in the market for window into reality in 1996 as the Nintendo 64 broke. When's the lore project reality? Of course, the TV screen is really a window into fiction and not reality. The only real window of reality is the one we looked into as a baby and still cannot turn from. What called the common story theme of falling into asphalt imagery, we bring the inside into the outside, and the outside is the place we're stuck looking. This is the only meaning of I'm trapped in the TV. When we find out that reality is the thing we look into, but what does that mean when we are here? What happens when something bad you find responsible for is there and you do nothing to stop it because it looks through a window and is not real? I'm trapped in here and I may never return home. What do we mean? Huh. Island. These might be chapter breaks. I might have just finished the first chapter of this. Yeah. If I'm reading this for another half hour, then I'll probably like split this into parts based on these. But if not, then like if this ends abruptly, I decide to split it into parts. If this doesn't, then hi.